Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second installment of my series on the benefits of slowing down. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Charlie Pleasant. I'm a licensed clinical therapist. I'm in private practice. I own my own practice. I've been in practice for well over 10 years. And what I'm doing here over on YouTube is taking my 10 plus years of work in mental health and emotional wellness, and I'm taking some of the most common topics that come up in my practice, and I'm breaking them down, and I'm having some real conversation about them here. So, if you have not done so, follow, like, subscribe, share this video, and turn on your notifications so you can stay informed of when I have uploaded some new episodes. So, we're going to hop right into this one because let me tell you, y'all, I did not know this one was coming today. I had no idea that this was going to be my lesson for today, and it's been my lesson for the past couple of days. So, let me get right into this. We had a snowstorm. I'm in the Central Virginia area. We had snow that came in last week, or over the weekend, actually, towards like the beginning of this week. And prior to that happening, the heat went out in our home. So we're coming up on a snowstorm. The heat goes out in our home, and I'm just like, oh man. My husband tells me about it. After I had just gone out to grab some groceries because I knew we were going to be in the house for a couple of days, if not this whole week. It seemed like it's moving into the week, and I think we might be getting some more snow this weekend. So I went out to go grab some groceries, and told me that the heat was out, and I was just like, man. So we went to go get these space heaters, and just as snow does, the temperature dropped. Now, I was completely irritated to be cold, and which is really odd because I lived in Michigan for almost 13 years and loved the cold, but then I lost my Michigan skin. I'm back in the southern states now. But yeah, so it gets cold. On top of that, y'all, in the city of Richmond, the main water line breaks. And in the county in where I live, the water line breaks. So millions of people are affected by the inclement weather, but also not having running water in their house. And then for us, we don't have heat. And maybe some people are dealing with that as well too. So here we go. Here we go. Suffice it to say that I was completely irritated and cold and just like, how are we going to make this happen? And of course, we made it happen. But it was really a good check by my husband that kind of brought this to fruition to me and really just kind of made me snap back to myself of, girl, you need to get yourself together. You need to get your attitude right about this. He pretty much is like, we're here. We got to deal with this. Suck it up. Now, mind you, my husband is a 20-year military veteran with a special set of skills that I do not have. I am a passenger princess, and I like to be pampered, and I like comfort. So discomfort or slight inconveniences can throw me off. But I'm glad that this is an area that I'm always continuing to work on for myself. So did not see today's message coming at all today, but it's a very apropos message, and it weaves in beautifully with the benefits of slowing down. And so what I want to talk about today is one simple concept that we all know about, that we're all familiar with, but we a lot of times don't lean into it as much as we should. And it is just this one word: gratitude. Gratitude. That's the lesson of 2025 Snowmageddon here for me, is gratitude. The moment I got over myself and just being slightly inconvenienced, and not having heat is not, it's a necessity because we need to be warm, but we had heat. You know, we had space heaters. We made the adjustments that we need to make, but it wasn't in a way that I wanted it. I wanted to be perched up in a window with a cup of coffee, sitting off on the edge of my couch. I have a certain spot downstairs, right on my favorite couch that looks out the window into our backyard. And I like to sit there with like my blanket, my cup of coffee, or some tea. No, it's mainly coffee. Let me stop bullshitting. I really drink coffee. But tea just sounds fun, but I'm a coffee drinker. Tea sometimes. But I just had this picturesque thing that I knew I was going to get into when this took place. Nah, that won't it. That won't it for your girl. Downstairs is cold. We got 2 space heaters. It follows us in every room that we go in the house. And being downstairs was cold. And there's also a larger space to have to heat up. Needless to say, my little fantasy went out the window. But when I came back to myself, what I realized in the slowing down that the weather caused, because I'm in the house, I'm not ripping and running, I'm not outside, I'm inside, I'm slowing down. And what I realized as I've made the adjustment and continue to make the adjustment, I might not have everything that I want in this moment, but I absolutely have everything that I need. And one of the things that we get caught up on a lot of times when we don't slow down is that we forget to take stock of the things that are happening right in our life that helps our everyday living. There's so much that goes right for us on a day-to-day basis that the moment that we are faced with the inconvenience, it almost feels as if the universe is conspiring against you, when nothing could be further from the truth. And even in the inconvenience, the universe is still working in your favor. It was still working in my favor because it slowed me down. It slowed me down enough to say, girl, I'm going to need you to sit here. Be thankful that everything that you need, you have in this moment. Besides the minor inconveniences, everything is still going right. So the lesson that I didn't realize that I was going to be talking about, this wasn't even planned in my series on the slowing down, but it felt really appropriate for this series, is that one of the benefits of slowing down is that you get the opportunity to take stock of what's going right in your life. When's the last time you done that? I'm going to give you maybe about 10 seconds. Grab a sheet of paper and just think about the last time, or just think the last time that I took a moment to stop and think about how much goes right on a day-to-day basis. How much goes right in traffic when I'm driving home? How much goes right when I'm at the grocery store? How much goes right at work? How much goes right in the function of my body? Not to say that I might have the best health, but we might have a really good portion of health. When the last time you took stock? That's what was being asked of me. When the last time you took stock, Charlie, just to see that all of this is still going right for you? When you slow down and you're not living your life at warp speed and at a fast pace, you can really tap into your gratitude. And I'm not talking about like a heady gratitude. I'm just saying I'm thankful because it's the thing that I say that I'm thankful. But I mean a heartfelt, like you can feel it in your heart. That God, I'm just grateful that I even get to do what I'm doing right now. I had a moment that happened shortly after, before the new year came in. I was just laying in the bed where I was just overwhelmed, and it's making me emotional just even thinking about it. I was overtaken by so much emotions of gratitude because 2024 was a really challenging year for me. And I just sat there and I cried, and it was tears of just sheer gratitude because I looked at what I was facing and where I was in that moment, and I was okay. And I had this really interesting thing that was happening with me where worry was getting out of my system. Still working on that, but for the most part, I'm learning to release a lot of those things. And so I remember having moments for the days that I worry about because, of course, we're future forecasting and we're projecting into the future. And, of course, it's doom and gloom when we get to worrying, right? And so I would have moments that would happen to me in the morning where God would just say to me, oh, so, you in the day that you were worrying about, how good you doing today? And then the next day I hear the same thing in my spirit. You're in that day right now that you're worrying about. How you doing, girl? And it became comical because just how I see God for real is like a real dope homeboy. Like for me, that's what it is for me. But it became comical because every day that I met was the day that I was worried about. but things were still working in my favor. Things were still working out. Still didn't have all the things that I wanted, but things were still working out. And so I was reminded of that even in this. Gratitude. Gratitude. I am just thankful that I felt compelled to even share this with y'all. This is just a little bit of my story. Like I said, I didn't see this coming. But what I also realized is that gratitude feels so much more better in your body than complaining does. Thankfulness and gratitude feels better in your body, in your mental health, just in your overall health, how you move through the world. We can look at anything and find anything to complain about. But just as quick as we can do that, we can also find like a million little things to be thankful for. And so as we are still without heat and we're still without water, and your girl we got a little bit of trickling water downstairs, and your girl had to take a whole bird's bath. And if you're a Gen X, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, them baths that our parents used to give us when they used to stand us up on the toilet and have to wipe us down from head to toe because won't nobody wasting no water. But I got a lot of them baths. But took one of them baths this morning, and I'm about to go to work, and I have the opportunity to come on here and share a little bit about this benefit of slowing down. And when I tell you I'm just super, super grateful, that's the only call to action that I have for you all today as I wrap this up. Slow down. No matter what you're in, take a moment and really take stock of what's going right and how often things go right. Not only just what's going right in the moment, but how many days do you have that you're winning and that things are going really well, then they're not going well. Slowing down gives you the benefit of that, because what it does is take you off autopilot and brings you back into the moment. That's what the snow did. That's what not having heat did. That's what not having water did, is that it took me off just the day-to-day autopilot and brought me right back into my body to be like, oh, you good. So that's what I got for y'all today. That's my benefit of slowing down for today, is that you get to move into your space of gratitude. So if I had to leave you with anything, your homework is, between now and when we meet next time for the third part of this series, is that I want you to begin to take stock of what's been working well, and how long it's been working well for you. And I want you to practice it every single day, every day. And you're going to be surprised that just in slowing down, what you see about your life. And extra credit for y'all, do it in a moment when you're being inconvenienced. Pull this in a moment when you're feeling inconvenienced, because that's when the real work begins. Not when it all feels good, but when it all feels bad. When it all feels bad is when you get to work. So with that being said, I want you to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notifications so you can get information of when I bring the third part of the installation and when I go and upload new videos on here. So again, I'm Charlie. I'm happy to be with y'all today. And I look forward to seeing you for part 3. That'll be coming up soon. Y'all take care. Bye.